Yeah. So I'm obviously not English.
Afternoon, we'll have the open and then we'll move on to the embargoed section. Vinny?
Jürgen, obviously it's been good to see Luis Diaz training with the group. How ready is he to return to full team action? And Darwin Nunez as well. Will he be fit enough to play this weekend?
So, starting with Luis. Luis is back in small parts of training after a very long time out. It's really fantastic to have him back. Such an energizer, such a boost for everybody having him around. But he will not train today with us. He is already outside running. So this week was the first step back into team training. Did parts of it. Next week I think we will increase that, maybe full parts team training, and then he is ready, I think. But we said we have to judge him every day how he dealt with the intensity. So that's what we have to see. But it looks really promising. So I think we are really final stages of him being back. Darwin couldn't train for 2-3 days this week still because of the cut he got against Real Madrid on his foot, but was yesterday then back in full training. So yeah, he's definitely in contention.
Obviously, it's a big week when you look at the teams that you've got to face. Starting
You think so?
with Manchester City. I just wonder, obviously we're used to seeing you as well and City fighting it out for the title. So how comparable is it when you're facing City needing points in the title race compared to now where you're facing City, obviously needing points to continue that push for Champions League qualification, City themselves needing points as well, obviously, in the title race.
Yeah, super important game. That's the one thing is not different to all the other years, because obviously for us super important, for City super important. So apart from that, yeah, it's not. I'm not sure. In the moment, it's not. I don't think it's. Could not say it's nicer to fight for the title or whatever. In the moment, it's just about we have to win football games, and you get usually what you deserve if you work hard enough, and that's what we try. But we know it's a massive game, a massive week coming up but for tomorrow, obviously they deserve all the attention. We should not think about the other games, and that's how we approach it. So the boys are now back. Some of them trained today the first time. That's how it is with international duties, but it's not different. No different to the City situation. For them, it's the same. So we will see. Yeah, it's clear. Against City, you have to be on top of your game. You have to defend on a super high level, and you have to play football as well, because that's what normal. It's completely normal with the kind of dominance they can show. It's really difficult not to forget that you know in your spells you have to play football as well, and that's what we in the good games always did, and that's what we have to do now again. And yeah, that's it.
Obviously, from City's side, there seems to be uncertainty over whether Haaland will be fit enough to play as well. When there's a player like that who's such a focal point for their attack, how does it impact your preparations when there's that kind of uncertainty as to whether he will line up against you?
Yeah, not too much, because it's first and foremost when you prepare a game, then you prepare all the things pretty much to avoid the final pass. And that's where then Erling obviously really comes into the game and makes all the difference. But if he cannot play and Alvarez plays, that makes City different, but not weaker. So because City is used to play without that, Alvarez is obviously a proper striker, but they became champion without a striker, so they have different ways. Yeah, it's different, but that's a situation. I don't think City knows already who will line up. Maybe they're not bothered, but that's how it is. You don't never know 100% who can play on Quimbledon. You have to prepare for different scenarios, and that's what we do.
You've already spoken about having to concentrate on this game, but it's a big week generally. Weeks like this, 3 big teams in the space of 9 days. Does it get your adrenaline?
Yeah, definitely. It's like a Champions League week. I know we are out. But you can play, obviously, if you go far enough, you can have an English team in midweek in Champions League, stuff like this. So these things are possible, and we had that already in the past. So, yeah, super I'm super excited, absolutely. But that's the thing. Look, we are not dumb, at least not particularly. But so we know that we have the last game we played was in Madrid. Was not a good game. The game before was Bournemouth. Was not a good game. The game before was world class. So so we have to make sure that that we pick up from there. Or react on the other two games, whatever. So City don't know exactly. They have to expect us to be in the top shape, and we have to how said, we have to show up there and really go for it. There's no other chance for us, and that makes you want to play these games. We play City, Chelsea, and Arsenal every season, but in 1 week is pretty special. And yes, it's difficult, but it's a situation, and now we are here. Most of the boys are healthy, and let's try and help them and use them and bring them in the best possible shape, and let's go.
7 points is the gap. It's fourth place. Given what you just said about the Madrid game, did this mini break come at a good time then to press that reset?
For me, yes.
Here we go.
For me, yes. Yeah. I was ready for a few days without analyzing this game again. Don't even have to talk about it anymore. But that's not what we want to be. So definitely not. So I have no problem with getting knocked out by Real Madrid. Not that I wouldn't be used to it in my career, but it's really, you can play there and you can lose there and everything. But we should show more than we did that night. But we couldn't. That's not that the boys didn't want to. We couldn't. So, and that's of course my responsibility. So that's not. But I still don't like the game. I was ready, and I'm ready again now again. So that's the cool part of it. So it's really, you needed a few days to just let it settle and then go again. And there's 2 months. 2 months. We can reach a lot for us, or nothing, or whatever, while we are planning already the next season, these kind of things. So there's everything in, and it's we have to. This is the start, nothing else, but it's an important start.
Thank you.
Yeah, just picking up from that then, do you feel that all the time that you've been here, Liverpool have always finished strongly towards the end, the business end of the season? Now that you've had that little break given to you, do you feel that you can find that form to do that again?
It would have been perfect to prepare then the whole team for in these 2 weeks. That would have been great, or give a few days off and then come again, because that's not difficult. But yes, it's historically we finished strong. But we have to, there's everything in a little bit. It's this like last year nearly 4 trophies, and then this year early. Clear, this trophy's gone, and then we go out there. So it's a proper what is that thing to bring us down to ground again, to just understand it was never easy what we did before, and if we do only a little bit less for whatever reason, then it's gone. And that's so it's really, I know for everybody around us and so it's exactly like that. So but now it's clear, this is out. So now it's clear, top 4 is the one thing we really can go for, and we don't have a perfect position to go there to fight for it, but it's possible. So we have to win a lot of games. But other teams, the more games we win, the more pressure we can make on other teams above us in the table. And again, a lot of talk now, but in the end, it's all about how we perform and how we get into this into this mood, chasing mood, and go from there.
James?
Just going back to the injuries, let's check on Thiago, and do you have any other concerns at all?
Yeah, we have. So Nabi is out. He came back with a muscle injury from the national team. We will see how long it takes, but obviously the season is not too long anymore. There's a chance, obviously, that Nabi comes back, but we have to wait a little bit. Thiago is in a good way, but was not part of team training yet. I think if things go well, he will probably be part of next week's team training part. Means that's overseeable when he's back. I don't think
Gomez fully up to speed?
Yes, Joe is fully back. Reece Williams has a little bit of something. I think pretty much the rest is available. So they come all back. We had little was it stomach bugs here and there. Is that the right saying? Yeah. So but stopped 2 days ago, so she'll be all right.
Given the week and given the fact there are 12 big games, do you have to be mindful about team selection when you've got 3 big games in a week, or is it literally about picking the best team per game?
I think that's the same. Being mindful and picking the best team. So yeah, that's it. No, I cannot. So we play Saturday 12:30, and then we play Tuesday night. So it's tough. London trips for Northwest teams are like, you better play Champions League game than going to London, honestly, because wherever you can land everywhere closer to the hotel, all over the world than in London. So you fly shorter than you drive afterwards. So, but it's by the way the same when you go home. And so yeah, that's tough. But nothing to do with this game now. We have to go full throttle in all the games. That's how it is, and that's what we try to do.
Carl?
Hi.
This season, your record against the current top 6 is better than.
Oh, I thought expect now something bad. Thank you very much. Positive. No. Not because of you, just in general. So start again. I lost it.
This season, your record against the current top 6 is the best of those teams in that top 6 play each other.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I just wonder what your assessment of that is, as to why I make the case in a season when you've lost games against teams like Leeds and Bournemouth and Forest. Why does it happen? Or how?
Oh. Why? The main reason is because we didn't play good enough. I think the two. We had an awful lot of chances against Nottingham. Didn't play a super game, but an awful lot of chances. Conceded strange goals months ago, but it was like this. They score their goal, and we have chances like set piece moments. Verge, I think, from 2 yards, stuff like this. I think Bournemouth was not complete, but pretty similar. We had our moments, didn't play exceptionally well, but were the clear better side. But in the end, wasn't good enough. When things are going well and everything is settled and confident, stuff like this, then you just finish these situations off and nobody speaks about it, because there's not, on the head of a player, it's like an inch difference if the ball goes in or not. So, but in general, if you don't score, you have just to try harder, to try it differently, and go again and still kill the game off if you want. But obviously the problem was in that game again that everything changed after we were 1-0 down, now the Bournemouth game. So this is a bit the story of the season. So we had, obviously at the beginning you asked me constantly about, first have to go 1-0 down and then to wake up. Now we go 1-0 down and everything changed in the other direction. So that both makes not too much sense, but it's kind of part of the story. And yeah, but that was the reason, our reaction after being 1-0 down, because it was 1-0 is just a result, nothing else. It's just one information in the game. They scored, they finished one situation off, we didn't, but let's go from there. And in the end, obviously, we missed the penalty. I'm pretty sure if the ball doesn't go to the hand in that situation, Diogo's header is in. If you watch it back, so would have then preferred that the arm is not there. So these are the situations. There's so many explanations for defeats. Always a lot of explanations, and you cannot even compare Nottingham and Bournemouth. But in both games, we should have won, but we didn't. So should have won because of performance, even when it was not the best performance. And in the other games, obviously, we performed better. So that's the easy explanation. And it was in the past when we had these problems, it was because we had struggled a little bit in possession against deep defending sides. Each team, by the way, is doing that, but we improved a lot in that. And this part of the game was not the problem in the games we lost, because we created, we kept the ball, possession was right, pass were right, but in the end, we didn't finish it off and reacted bad as a team when we were 1-0 down. Got too quick in a rush.
So there's nothing in those games against the top six, tactically or mentally, which you think made a difference?
Yeah, we should now go through all these games when we can, to be honest. I don't know it, but we played a super game at Tottenham, obviously a top game against United. The City home game was super intense. Arsenal was a very bad day for us because Luis got injured. The goals they conceded, the ref apologized afterwards and said, "Okay, it was not a penalty, sorry," but it doesn't help anymore. The goal they scored was what was it? The dead angle of the VAR. Nobody could see it. So all came together. It was a bit the start of all the things. So we could have won this game against a super Arsenal team this season, but would have been possible. Yeah, obviously. When we are in the game, then we are strong. But we have to make sure we are in the game. So that's how it is. That's how it is, and we have to deal with setbacks better. And that's something short, mid, and long term. What we have to work on.
Any more for the embargo? No? Just one there.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, during the international break, how to use your time in terms of plan for next season, whether that's treatments or...
That's actually the only thing what we do in international break, apart from having a few days off. I don't plan training sessions or what because I don't know who's coming back, how, when, and stuff like this. But yeah, we do that.
So how successful was it, do you think, in terms of maybe what you
Was good.
one director or potential players coming in the summer?
Well, on the player side, I'm positive, I would say. Yeah. But it's talks, it's not decisions, it's talks. But we are busy, you can imagine.
We're going to the embargo section. Everything